The article reads, Teen who aged out of foster care helps pass two new Tennessee laws. This was written by Xavier Harris. I love this. I like when children who've been through foster care impact policy and laws. I think it's imperative that our traumas, our stories, are etched in legacy through laws, policy, even when you get a citation, anything that's historic because of your past or your story is impactful. The one thing I like is that it says here, the first known as the Foster Youth Bill of Rights. We have this in New Jersey. I'm doing a lecture on it, but I wanted to congratulate Tennessee on adopting the rules. I think it's important that every foster care youth have their rights given to them, read to them consistently. I know there are some laws where you basically get it one time and then that's it, but I think it's imperative that the youth understand that they have rights, that they cannot just be taken advantage of because of their age. I think this is a great step for Tennessee. I would like all 50 states to adopt their own Youth Bill of Rights, of course, with the core of being able to protect the child. And even going a step further, we're adding the sibling bill as well that New Jersey has. I think it's imperative, important, where it says here in the article, ensures children in state custody that are informed of their legal rights, including access to education, housing, and Medicare. And a lot of children, when they're going back and forth between houses, their education is severely impacted. So we want to make sure that their education is always at the forefront. Remember, education is really linked to a couple things. Number one, if they don't know, their literacy rate can be impacted and connected to prison. Their diploma rates, all of these things are connected to homelessness, prison, so many things that contributes to the decline of quality of life. So we want to make sure that we are giving people that education, which says here, housing and Medicare. If they don't have housing, we know what that leads to, especially for vulnerable foster children that end up in sex trafficking. I like that the law says it guarantees that youth can report mistreatment without fear of retaliation. Now, when you're a foster child, sometimes you're afraid to report because the foster parent or the particular guardian is saying, if you do that, you're going to have to take your chances on the street. And what that means is basically if I report, then I could get kicked out. And when it comes to the stability of housing, parents and adults use the stability of housing against the youth when it comes to arguments, when it comes to reporting, when it comes to simple debate. Foster parents, guardians are not supposed to use their housing as a weapon. Okay, that's good. And then I like the second one. They said that the second bill that the youth impacted was a second bill extends transitional service for former foster youth from 21 to 23. Being 18 and thinking that, I understand the laws at the time. I'm not really sure because I wasn't alive back then. But anybody who knows being at 18, you're not ready to face the world, especially if you were in foster care. That is a really hard thing to do. So I'm glad that we are extending the age to 23. That helps youth get it a little 2 more years of getting themselves together with the resources that are necessary from the government. And remember, these people did not do anything. They was brought into this world, and for whatever reason, parents, lack of support, drugs affected them for no fault of their own. And so when American citizens are impacted by no fault of their own, that's when the government steps in and says, here, because of your life, because of the bad things that happen to you from no fault of your own, we are here to assist you to make sure that we help create a productive citizen. And we know that it's important to make productive citizens instead of wards of the state, whether that's through prison, homelessness, where we're just doling out more tax dollars. It's important to have those tax dollars go on the front end while we're building youth up instead of on the back end trying to rehabilitate full-grown adults. I love these stories. I think that more states should take on the Youth Bill of Rights, protecting children by rights, lawyers, attorneys, and the like. As you read these laws, it's very important that each facet of society knows their rights, because for too long, foster children did not know their rights. They were taken advantage of, and there's data and statistics to prove that. So I'm glad that Tennessee has made these laws going in the right direction. Thank you.